For those that don't know me, I'm Virginia Walton. I'm an executive burnout coach. Prior to starting my coaching practice, I spent 24 years in the banking and ooh, okay. I think we had to restart there. Had a little glitch. I'm Virginia Walton. I'm an executive burnout coach, and prior to starting my practice, I spent 24 years in banking and finance, where I worked my way from teller to small community bank to senior vice president of a $27 billion bank at the age of 38. It was easy peasy. No. Along the way, I didn't always do things the smartest. I worked harder rather than smarter. And so I bring that experience into my coaching practice, and I help other corporate women continue to have wonderful success as they climb the corporate ladder, but do it with a little less exhaustion and feelings of overwhelm and doubt. Today, our topic is 3 reasons you should take time for a personal retreat. We're in endemic now, right? Remember our pre-pandemic corporate lives where usually once a year we had some sort of strategic offsite. And when you'd see the invite, you'd be like, really? I don't have time for this. I can't be out of the office for 2 days or 3 days. And you dread it, right? You were too busy. But why do companies spend money on that, right? Because they usually weren't cheap. Taking your entire leadership team offsite required travel, hotel expenses, meals, and usually there would be some sort of fun team building activity, right? So they were an investment. And usually once you got there, assuming they were done well, you really did find the time beneficial because it gave you time to step away from your day to day, right? You got time to step outside of your environment and think strategically, think creatively, right? You'd work on new plans, new business structures, ways to create greater efficiency, explore new markets, explore new possibilities, work on ways to get the team more engaged, right? Employee engagement is huge. And usually, by stepping out of your normal roles and interactions, usually you got to know your colleagues a little bit better. You got to know them on a personal level. Maybe you connected differently, right? You learned something about them, maybe something they struggled with, which gave you greater insight, or you found you had common ground on something you didn't know you had before, right? So while yes, at first it's like, oh, I don't have time for this on my schedule, they were beneficial, right? You came up with great ideas, ways to advance your business, ways to be more efficient, ways to work better as a team, to ways for your teams to work better and feel better and enjoy their work more, right? It was always time well spent once you got to the end. So, why don't you do that personally? Why don't you stop and take time to step out of your normal day to day, right? And I don't just mean work. Our lives are 24/7, right? And work isn't the only thing that puts demands on us. Families, community groups, if you're active at your kid's school or your church or in a cause, or you serve in some sort of a volunteer group, you've got commitments. You've got kids that need you. You've got elderly parents that need you. Siblings that are struggling with something, right? Friends. Not to mention, hey, we can have social lives again. So you probably think, I don't have time, Virginia. Why would I stop? I can't step out of life. You can. You really can. Now, I'm not saying you have to go away for 2 days and turn off your phone and leave your loved ones. Take an afternoon. So you can get all those benefits. There's a reason you do these at work. They're beneficial. Let's start doing it in our personal lives, right? It gives you time Time to step away from your day-to-day chaos life. We're returning to our normal status of busy and on the go. If you don't take time to step back and look, you're just going through the motions. Are you getting the most out of your life? Twice a year, most likely, you stop and you have to reflect, am I meeting my goals and objectives professionally for the year? Am I on track so I get my bonus, right? Am I on track so I can get promoted? Am I on track so I'm making my boss look good? So I'm, the go-to person. You stop and take stock in that. Usually you have a mid-year review, and if not, at least once a year. Once a year. When do you take time to stop and reflect on your personal goals? Right? You're busy doing stuff. Are you doing the right stuff? You step back at work and check out that. Why wouldn't you do it for yourself? You are more important than your job. You are more important to you than you are to anyone else. You're you. You deserve it. So you need to find time to step away, right? Take an afternoon, turn off your device, turn off your notifications. The kids will be fine. Your parents will be fine. It's a few hours. Go someplace not home. The weather's getting great. Go to a park. Go to a library. Treat yourself to lunch. A day in the city. Whatever. Get out of your normal environment. It gives you time to look, and you'll probably reflect on your career as well. Work is a huge part of our lives, what we do, right? But step out of your day-to-day so you can step back and look, right? Look, take stock. That's the next benefit, and why you need to do it is it gives you an opportunity to take stock personally. Just like you step out of the office and you look, hey, are we really working as smart as we should be? Can we do things more efficiently? Are there opportunities in the industry that we're missing? Are there emerging markets we should be exploring? Do the same for yourself. Are there things that I want to get done that I haven't started making progress on? Right? Maybe it's getting the MBA. Maybe it's your PhD. Maybe you never finished college and you're like, oh, that bothers me. I was like two classes short. Go back, right? Maybe it's that you set a goal that you wanted to travel more. Now we can. Or learn another language, or learn how to play the piano, whatever. Take stock and say, am I making progress towards my personal goals? Yeah, at the start of the year, we all set resolution goals. Or resolutions. Usually one is around weight loss. Take time to say, hey, am I making progress towards the wellness goals I have for me? Maybe it's not losing weight. Maybe it's improving, your muscle mass, your flexibility. Things that we need to be mindful of as we get older. And we're all getting older. No matter where you are in life, I can guarantee that tomorrow you will be older than today. Are you doing the things? Maybe it's something like, you know what? We said when we'd have kids, we'd do our wills and define guardianship, and you haven't done that yet. That's pretty important. Stepping back might remind you, I need to get this done. So now not only can you take stock of, am I on track with what I want to do? If the things that you're not, you can set some goals. Define some timelines. Say, you know what? We've been saying we want to do this. We're going to do it. You know what? We want to put an addition on the house. I'm going to figure out the budget for it this year so we can do it next year. Enough. This has been lingering. It's important. I want a new kitchen. We want a summer house. We got to sit down and make the plan. But you get so caught up in the day-to-day that those bigger goals, they just hang out there, right? Maybe it's making sure that you've fully funded the kids' college. Or maybe it's 25%. Let's be realistic. You get so busy with going, taking them here, there, paying the bills, getting up, going to work, making dinner, emptying the dishwasher, that you don't seem to have time to stop and look at these things. And before you know it, you don't have the time to achieve them. Take time. Step back. And how about this? Look at how busy you are and say, is this really what I want? Am I really spending time on the things that are really important to me? Yeah, the PTO is important, but I can't sit through one more meeting where we talk about the same stuff. Okay. Then make a commitment to yourself. I'm going to finish out the year and I'm done. And I'm going to communicate that. Because it's not getting me closer to my goals. It's not serving me. I'm not adding the most value. Cross it off the list. Take a look at those things. You need the time to step out of your day-to-day and really evaluate where you are and what you want, and are you moving there? Are you getting the progress you need? Just like you do with your performance goals. Step back and evaluate. Am I on track to make whatever they are? They're important to you, no matter how small or how huge. Take time to evaluate. Make sure you're on track. And we get so busy, we forget to do that. Last, just like when you go to those offsites, you often come away a little closer, at least to one or two people. You got to know them a little bit better. Learn who they are as a person. Taking time for a personal retreat will also give you time to improve the most important relationship you have. And if you're thinking, well, who am I supposed to invite? My spouse, my kids? No, it's you. You are the most important relationship you have. You're with you your entire life. Every day. Are you supporting yourself? Or are you beating yourself up? Every day. Or most days. Right? The morning doesn't go well. You didn't get the workout in. You're beating yourself up. Are you taking the time to celebrate your successes? Or again, are you so busy going from one to the other that you stop to say, hey, I've accomplished a lot? Or are you so focused on what's next that you don't pause and say, okay, I have made a lot of progress. Look at what I've got done. Look at the children I've raised. Look at the career I've had. Look at the family I've built. However you define family. It doesn't have to be blood. Take time and say, you know what? I'm okay. All right. Or if there's something that you keep beating yourself up, stop and think about that. Is it really important? If it is, make the change. If it's not, stop torturing yourself. Right? Get right around what you want to tell yourself every day. We all have those self-talks. Are they supporting you? Are they like that good, encouraging friend that no matter how crappy a day you have, they're always there to tell you you're awesome? Are you telling yourself you're awesome? You need to, because you are. I can guarantee it. So, what are the benefits? You step back and you can think strategically, creatively, big picture. Gives you time to evaluate, are you on the path you want to be on? For whatever's important. Whatever kind of goal. Wellness, financial, educational, family. Are you really got your priorities in order? If not, here's a great opportunity to reset them. Reshuffle the deck. And most of all, it gives you time to just get right with yourself. We are our worst critics and our toughest judges. So if you take time to reflect, you can look at all you've accomplished and how wonderful you are and see, all right, here's some things that kind of bother me. and commit to tweaking them. But if you're just running day to day, nonstop, never stopping to pause, you're not going to have those great opportunities. Just like the reason you had those offsites were to step back, think bigger, move the business forward in some way, whatever you needed to focus on, whether it was new markets or new processes, employee engagement, financial goals. You had to step out of the day to day to think about those. Do the same for you. Aren't you worth one afternoon? A couple of hours. A couple of hours. You're worth it. And if you still, after hearing its benefits of this, but you're like, I just don't have the time. I don't know how to find the time, Virginia. This sounds great, but I'm not quite sure where to start. I'm here to help you. I promise. It's worth it. So if you're ready to make a change, you know you got to do something different because you can't just keep running on nonstop, right? You're tired. And at some point you're going to crash. I don't want you to crash. Let's talk and let's find a way to help you make some tweaks. Tweaks, not big changes. Some small tweaks so that you have that time. You're not running on empty. You're worth it. And you're not alone. So, check out my website, virginiawalton.com, or drop me a comment or a message here on Facebook or LinkedIn. I want to help you have the kind of results that you work to make sure your business has, because you are more important. With that, be well.